Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be showing you the most important tips and tricks for your Samsung Galaxy A10s. By the way guys, I'll also be making a dedicated video for the best features where I'll be showing you all the features offered by this phone. So definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. Now with that said, first I want to show you how you can disable dynamic lock screen wallpaper on this phone. So here's a quick preview. Every time you go to the lock screen, you see a different wallpaper right out of the box. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally hate it and I just want a fixed wallpaper even on the lock screen. So if you're like me and if you want to disable this feature, this is what you can do. First go to settings, then select lock screen settings. Once you're here, select lock screen stories. Now just disable this toggle. Once you do that, you get a fixed wallpaper even on your lock screen. And that's the default one. Next, I'm going to show you how to enable a dedicated night mode on this phone. For that, you need to go to settings, then select display settings. And over here we have a toggle for night mode. Now Samsung calls it the night mode, but Google calls it dark mode. And once you enable it, all the UI elements change to dark mode. Now the UI will look much more cooler. It will help save you some battery as well. And finally, if you use your phone late at night, then the night mode will stress your eyes less at night. Now if you click on this night mode, you get some extra options. Now we can also schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off at a specific time using this feature. We can either pick a time or just go with the sunset and sunrise time. So for me, I'm just going to keep it always on. Now I'm going to show you how to take a screenshot on your phone. For that, press the volume down and power button both at the same time and you'll get a screenshot. Now there's no gesture on this phone, so if you want to take a screenshot, you have to press these two buttons. And that's a quick preview of how it looks when you take a screenshot. Now I'm going to show you how to make apps go full screen. Now by default, most of the applications do open up in the full screen mode. There are still applications like this, Chameleon Run Game, which don't go full screen by default. And you can see two black bars on either side. So to fix that, you need to first go to the home screen or just directly go to the settings. Once you're in settings, select display settings and now select Fullscreen Apps. Now select the app that you want to make full screen and then select full screen. Once you do that, that application will be closed and the next time you open it, it opens up in a full screen. And here's the preview. Now in the same page, we also have the option to hide the notch. So if you're someone who hates this dewdrop notch or the notch itself, you can hide it from here. Just go to Fullscreen App settings once again, click this button over here, select advanced settings. Now enable this toggle. Once you do that, status bar goes down and there are two black bars on either side of the notch. Now the notch doesn't stick out too much. So this is how we can hide the notch on this phone. As for me, I'll just keep it on. Now I'm going to show you how to enable fingerprint scanner gesture. So for that you need to go to settings, then select advanced features. Now select motion and enable this toggle, finger sensor gesture. Once you do that, you can swipe down on the fingerprint scanner to pull down the notification bar. Here's a quick preview. So you can do a swipe down gesture to pull down the notification bar and do a swipe up gesture to send it back as well. So that's the fingerprint gesture. Now I'm going to give you a quick walk around of the camera application. So this is the default camera application and once you open it up, this is how it looks like. Now this phone has a dual camera setup and the secondary camera is just used for taking portrait shots. Now over here we get a toggle. This is for the primary camera and this is for the 2x zoom. Now this is a digital zoom. It's just like taking a picture and zooming in. So whenever you want to take a picture using the rear camera, always take it in the first mode. Next, on the left side we have live focus mode, that's portrait mode for the rear camera, and on this phone we can change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture using the slider over here. Even after you take a portrait shot, we can always change the background blur effect. That's a unique feature on this phone. Now this is the interface for the front camera. Now once again we get a toggle over here. Default mode is the crop mode, so if you ever want to take a selfie, I suggest you to go with the first option. You get a much more wider selfie. On the left side we have the live focus mode, which is portrait selfie, and on this phone we can also change the amount of background blur effect you want using the slider over here. Now I'll be showing you some quick shortcuts. You can do a swipe left or swipe right gesture to switch between all these modes, and you can do a swipe up or a swipe down gesture to switch between the rear camera and the front camera. So here's a preview. I can do a swipe down gesture or swipe up to switch between the front and rear cameras. Now this is the shutter button. You can just click it to take a picture, but if you swipe over the shutter button, you get a floating button. Now you can place this button anywhere and click it to take a picture. Now this particular feature is super useful for taking selfies. So there you go. Next we have a palm gesture. To enable that, go to settings over here. Once you're here, select shooting methods And now enable show palm. Now once it is enabled, while taking a selfie or even while taking a picture with the rear camera, you can just show your palm to take a picture. Here's a quick preview. And there you go, that's the timer. Let me do that again. And there you go, that's the timer. So once again, this palm gesture is pretty useful for taking selfies. So guys, those were some camera shortcuts. Now I'm going to show you how to open split screen mode on this phone. So to do that, first you need to go to the recent apps page and then click on the app icon that you want to open in split screen. Then click open split screen view. Once you do that, that application will open up in the top window and then select the secondary application from here. And now I'm able to use two applications at the same time. Now split screen mode has been on Android for a very long time, but still there are applications that do not support this feature. So to fix that, this is what you need to do. First go to settings, then scroll to the bottom, select about phone. Now click on software information. Now click on build number 7 times. Once you do that, developer options will be enabled. Just enter your password over here and now developer options are enabled. Now go back to settings and over here we have the developer options. Now open it up and scroll all the way to the bottom and enable force activities to be resizable and then restart your phone. Once you do that, you will be able to use all applications in split screen mode. Now I'm going to show you how to enable full screen gestures on this phone. If you're bored with this 3-button navigation bar, Samsung also offers you full screen gestures. To enable that, go to settings, then select display, scroll down a bit and select navigation bar, and over here we have full screen gestures. Now once you've enabled it, you can swipe from the right side to go back a step, swipe from the center to go home, swipe from the left side for recent apps. You can swipe and hold from the center to trigger Google Assistant. And there we go. So these are the full screen gestures. Now to quickly switch between the current application and the previous application, you can also do a swipe gesture on these 3 lines, like that, and you'll easily switch to the previous application. You can keep doing it again and again to switch between the current and previous applications. Now if you want to get back your previous navigation bar, once again you can either go to display and then select navigation bar, or else we also have a toggle for that. Just go to your toggles and we have navigation bar, just enable it to get your regular navigation bar. Now I'm going to show you some important home screen shortcuts. You can do a swipe down gesture or a swipe up gesture to open the app drawer. But let's fix that, let's go to settings and now enable this particular toggle, swipe down for notification panel. Once you do that, you can do a swipe down gesture to go to the notification area and do a swipe up gesture for app drawer. This is something I would definitely recommend you to do. Whenever you swipe down using a single finger from the top of the screen, that's the status bar, you go to the notification area. But if you do the same with 2 fingers, you directly go to the toggles. Now these are your notification toggles, and if I just do a swipe up gesture like that, you go to the notification area where you get your notifications. Now these toggles over here are called quick toggles or the topmost toggles. You can also rearrange them by clicking this button, then select button order. Now I can place any of these toggles at the desired location and the position changes. Next, we also have something called quick settings. Now these are the notification toggles, and whenever you click on the toggle name, you get some extra options. Now that's for sound profile. You can switch to sound, vibrate or mute. In the same way, you can also switch your Wi-Fi network or Bluetooth connection directly from the notification toggles. You don't have to go to settings. Now this is a brightness slider, and by default it shows up only in the notification toggle area. If you want to have it in the notification area, that's over here, this is what you need to do. Click this button over here and then enable this toggle. Once you do that, you can access the brightness slider even in the notification area. Now I'm going to show you how to record calls automatically on your phone. For that, open the phone dialer. Now click this button over here, then select settings, and once it opens up, select recording calls. Now once you enable this particular toggle, auto recording, all the calls will be recorded automatically on your phone. Now I'm going to show you how to change your default launcher, default browser and so on. For that, go to settings. Once you're in settings, scroll and select apps. And now click this button over here and then select default apps. Now from this page, you can change your default browser to something like Google Chrome. You can also change your default launcher, default SMS application and even phone dialer as well. So this is something I would definitely recommend you to do. Now I'm going to show you how to display the battery percentage on the status bar. For that, go to settings, then select notifications, then select status bar and just make sure this toggle is enabled. If it is enabled, you can see the battery percentage on the status bar. Next, this one also has Google's digital well-being feature and you can access it directly from settings. So this is digital well-being. Now this feature tracks all your usage and gives you complete analysis of which apps you're using, which apps are getting more notifications, and so on. So using this feature, you can also limit your usage. Google has also added in a new feature called Wind Down, which can help you sleep faster at night. Now once this feature is enabled, it will grayscale your screen and also enable Do Not Disturb mode. You can also schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off at a specific time using this toggle. Personally, I think it's a really cool feature and it does really work. Now for the final tip, if you're ever running low on battery, let's say you just have 5 or 10% of battery life and you don't want your phone to completely shut down, you can enable maximum power saving mode. Once again, you can access it from settings or directly from the toggles. Just click on the power mode and you get some extra options. Now select maximum power saving mode and just enable it. Once you enable this feature, all the apps running in the background will be killed, dark mode will be enabled, and you will have access to only 8 applications. 4 of them are fixed and you can add 4 more from your app list, and you can add any of these applications. Even in this mode, you can still use Wi-Fi and mobile data. But as you can see, currently battery percentage is just 38%, but expected standby time is 3 days. So if you're ever running low on battery, give this mode a try. To turn off this mode, you can click this button over here, then select turn off maximum power saving mode, and it will take you to your regular launcher. So guys, these are the most important tips and tricks for your Samsung Galaxy A10s. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and definitely check out my video on the best features, link will be in the description. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.